And now we are ready.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to another FPVFC Town Hall, the last one of November. I do believe, if my math is correct. Yep. So, as stated last time, we will not be doing one 2 weeks from now because that is the day before Thanksgiving, and we want everybody to spend that time with their family. And also, as such, I believe there was one scheduled for Christmas Eve. We will not be doing that one for the same reason. So, last one of November, we'll get one or two in December, and actually just one in December, it looks like. And hold on, getting my math correct here. Yep, just one in December, and then we'll move into the new year, hopefully with some fun stuff. So good evening, welcome everybody. We've got Dave, Alex, Dan, Rob, and myself with you this evening, and we'll go ahead and get started on the news. We got some fun stuff up on the board here, so let me get that shared. And first up, we've got the year's most awarded drone, and it's not DJI. And it's not even out yet, and it's won a ton of awards. So figure that one out. So the first thing here is this is actually a partnership between a company called Anti-Gravity and Insta360, and it's called the Anti-Gravity A1. Hasn't even reached store shelves yet, but it's already one of the most decorated drones ever made. The A1 recently captured the CES 2026 Best of Innovation Award, adding to a trophy shelf that already includes Time's Best Innovations of 2025, and the Red Dot Design Concept 2025, and the Good Design Award 2025. It also racked up 20 media awards at IFA 2025. Not bad for a product still awaiting its first customer delivery. The Anti-Gravity was founded to make flight feel instinctive, as natural as moving your hand, backed by Insta360 and third-party vendors. The startup set out to answer one question: what if drones felt like an extension of ourselves? With
They
30
do once
patents,
you learn how to fly them.
yeah, I mean, realistically, with 35 patents already filed, the Anti-Gravity A1 represents that vision in miniature form. A 249-gram palm-sized drone built around a dual-lens 8K 360-degree camera. Instead of simply strapping a 360 camera onto the drone, Anti-Gravity designed the entire aircraft around the camera system. So I'm going to pull this up over here on their page. So you can kind of see here, there's a camera up at the top. There's another one at the bottom, two in the front here. And similar to like the Avata, it has the hand control system and then its own FPV goggle system. So, and 249 grams. So teeny tiny little thing, folding legs on it or arms on it, and then an automatically retracting landing gear as well. So the cool thing with this is the drone disappears from the shots. You can kind of see the cameras capture above and below, thus eliminating the drone altogether, and then using stitching software can stitch it all together. So you don't have to really spend the same amount of time, they say, focusing specifically on your subject. As long as you're there, you can frame your shots in editing. So pretty cool for capturing a lot of information. So
Isn't
you can kind of
DJI's latest drone very similar to that?
So yeah, the Avata 360 was announced. So I'm curious if they released that to compete with this, or this was released to compete with that. So, but I did hear about the Avata 360, and definitely both interesting.
Will the
Go ahead.
anti-gravity drone be available in the USA?
It seems to be. So far, haven't seen anything that says it won't be. So we'll see what happens there. But
Those
the
goggles
vision,
look expensive.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. They got a screen on the outside, and but being able to focus in on part of that 360-degree bubble is pretty interesting as well. So, um, sorry, it's one of those fun websites that keeps you scrolling in order for new things to come up. So,
What's
um,
the point of the screen on the outside so other people can see what you see?
maybe.
Or maybe it's for eyeballs, digital eyeballs.
I'm not
From
wearing
what I can
goggles,
tell, I
no.
only see the screen on one of the eyes in every picture. So, um, but yeah, I mean, it definitely looks pretty interesting. Obviously, you've got the controller here, and I have yet to fly the Avata with the grip thing yet. I think it feels too foreign to me to even
Same.
try.
Yeah,
Same
maybe
here.
it's something average people like, but once you're used to flying with a joystick, like with two sticks and your two thumbs, like I just don't
Yeah.
like it as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
agreed.
kinda,
Yeah,
I'm with you.
I think people that don't fly FPV and don't have an FPV background prefer the cucumber. That's what I call it. But yeah, definitely, seasoned FPV pilots are not going to take to it very easily.
So yeah, it's
Is
just
there is
go
there
ahead.
availability or price announced with this?
I have not seen a price yet. Let me see if there's a price in the article here. Time Magazine.
Large, high.
Yeah. Let's see. Accolades _shift drill longers are no longer about flight specs. They're more about human experience. Anti-gravity's rise comes at a moment of uncertainty for DJI, the global leader in civilian drones in the United States. DJI faces heightened scrutiny over the FCC's
Final
October
pricing to be announced.
Yeah.
Last para.
Oh, there you go. So, yeah. So I'll be interested to see what it comes in at. It looks like a pretty neat piece of technology, especially at 249 grams. We got a new player in Insta360 stepping into the realm here, along with anti-gravity. So I think that's pretty cool. Insta360 makes some great cameras.
Well, how long do you think they're going to
The
stay in the
legs.
market for? Because we saw what happened to GoPro and they made cameras.
Yeah. The other interesting thing here is the safety features. So it's got obviously obstacle avoidance. There you can see the auto landing gear.
They
little
look really
tiny legs.
funny.
That's just so useless.
The weight you'd save by not having them fold up would probably have to make up
Exactly.
for the aerodynamics of it.
Right.
There's no aerodynamics to really begin with, though. Or is it so it gets out of the camera view?
It might be that, yeah.
Because that's all I could see is it getting out of the
Yeah,
camera view.
maybe.
But at that
Yeah.
point,
Yeah,
you could
it
still
would.
design it better.
Yeah. So, and then it's got payload detection. So it will not take off if it detects extra weight on it.
That's boring.
So no payloads. So yeah, pretty cool. So
Is that really a problem? Are there a lot of drones that shouldn't be flying because somebody put a payload on them?
Well,
I
they
think
probably
they're
don't want it
trying to
sent over to
keep them.
Ukraine.
Exactly. I think they're trying to keep them out of the war zone kind of conflict.
Or you put a 1 gram weight on it, now it's 250 grams and it doesn't meet the regulations, so it won't fly.
It could be that too. So I thought it was pretty cool. Little neat piece of tech. Something definitely new, and we'll see where it goes. Hopefully it goes well. GoPro, obviously their drone venture did not go well. And so we'll see if Insta360 and anti-gravity can kind of overcome that.
I'd be really curious to know how they determine its takeoff weight and that there's extra weight on it versus...
Well, it could just be the amount of thrust for takeoff.
Yeah, but what if your propellers are damaged and you need more thrust to take off, or not necessarily damaged, but just things are old and not working as well, or you're flying at a higher altitude, or the pressure is different, or wind. Like a lot of things could make a difference.
Yeah, it doesn't say. Go ahead, Alex.
It might also be in the pig controller where it knows that its response times are slightly different, and it it also could keep track of them over time. You're like, and because then it would be able to track age and the response time with age. So you might be able to track that, and then if you notice a sudden spike in difference where it's like, oh, you added a payload to it of X weight, and it's gonna respond very differently, and it could look at the flight logs and the responses to understand what that's gonna be like.
Yeah, it's possible.
I just think one more thing that's going to go wrong and keep me from flying. When it, why won't this thing take off? It says there's a payload on it, but there's nothing on it.
What if snow fell on it while it's flying?
It's possible, yeah.
No birds landing on your drone while you're flying.
I had a bird try to take my plane out of the sky earlier this week.
Oh, geez.
It's the second time this semester.
Okay. I thought that said AI. I was like, what AI is integrated into this thing?
Well, that's what the A stands for.
All right. So new piece of tech. We'll see what comes of it. We'll see how much it's going to cost. Hopefully we're not talking, Skydio prices here. But, I mean, those goggles, I agree. Those goggles do look expensive. 2 360-degree cameras on it. I mean, whole new FPV system.
Plus,
so
does it look like it had 2 forward-looking cameras and 2 360
I think those might
cameras,
be
or-
its collision avoidance cameras,
Oh, okay.
is what I think.
Looking
So.
at Insta360's latest camera, I think it's like $550 already just for the camera. So if you're talking about putting another drone on top of that and then markup, I'd probably say around anywhere between 12 and 1500 is what I'd estimate.
Yeah, I mean, it might put it in, I mean, a little more expensive than a DJI, but not far off. So
Yeah, I'm thinking like maybe 12 to 1500 would probably be my guesstimate of how much it would cost.
yeah.
Before or after?
I guess I
Jeff?
didn't factor in goggles, so actually I think it would probably be on the higher end of like 15, maybe upwards of 17.
Yeah. We'll see what it comes in at. All right. Up next. So, government shutdown leads to spike in illegal drone flights over Yosemite. Saw this coming from a mile away. So, the ongoing government shutdown is emboldening rule breakers and thrill seekers to get away with illegally flying drones, among other restricted activities. It has been particularly apparent at Yosemite National Park in California, which has remained open, but with greatly reduced staff, many of whom are furloughed. Guides and visitors are reporting multiple drone sightings per day, despite it being illegal to fly a drone in Yosemite since 2014. Many people believe that drone laws are too heavy-handed and dismiss any outrage, but there have been ugly instances of irresponsible pilots purposely harassing wildlife. Elizabeth Barton, CEO of tour company Echo Adventure Cooperative, says that there are a lot of drones in the sky, like everywhere. There's a standard being set for a national park visitor, the folks who would never dare pull out a drone of their vehicle because it's just against the rules and they know it. While they're in the park, they're seeing all these drones moving. They're like, you know what? Maybe it's not that big of a deal. It's not just drone pilots either. Base jumpers are brazenly leaping from El Capitan in the middle of the day, another activity outlawed in national parks. People are also camping in their cars, taking campground spots that aren't theirs, and hiking the Half Dome Summit without a permit. Tour guide Bryant Burnett, who also works for Echo Adventure Cooperative, tells SF Gate he has noticed an uptick in surly behavior from drone operators he's encountered. I don't know if it's what's going on in the world, but people have been less friendly lately. Burnett says, I've had people tell me they don't care, and even one guy who said nothing and just flipped me off. Oh, that's funny. While most visitors to Yosemite are well-intentioned, there are a few who are taking advantage of the lack of rangers to do whatever they want. The sense of lawlessness is creating an eerie atmosphere in the park. And it's not just Yosemite. A video shot at Great Smoky Mountains National Park shows a drone pilot shamelessly intimidating a bear. The video, which was posted to the Tours of National Park Instagram page, shows the bear visibly distressed and was reportedly chased out of the tree it was in. So, yeah, people are doing things because there's nobody there to say, "Hey, don't do that." So, good times.
That title is a little misleading though, because you can, if you take off outside and fly over, you're fine, but taking off within, that's where the problem happens.
Yeah, for sure. So, definitely interesting. Hopefully, this whole government shutdown is about over here. So,
Yeah, looks like it.
Sounds like.
A bill headed to the president's desk.
good. All right. All right. Up next, we've got Unusual Machines. Defense grade drone parts just got a massive U.S. upgrade. So, Unusual Machines announced that it has leased a new 25,000 square foot warehouse and fulfillment center in Orlando, Florida, to support its expanding U.S. operations. The facility will serve as a logistics hub for incoming materials and outbound order fulfillment, located adjacent to the company's existing motor production and drone assembly operations. According to the company, the facility is intended to enhance coordination across the vertically integrated Orlando site, aligning component staging, manufacturing, and shipping. Jason Reels, Vice President of Supply Chain at Unusual Machines, stated in this new release, the facility gives us the infrastructure to bring in materials at scale, stage components for future builds, and fulfill orders faster, keeping us ready as demand accelerates. The addition of the new site builds on the company's ongoing efforts to establish a robust domestic supply chain for high-performance drone components. Unusual Machine had previously signed a lease on a 17,000 square foot motor manufacturing facility in the same area and has completed the acquisition of Rotor Lab, an Australia-based drone motor developer. The company also reported a cash position of approximately $81 million with no debt as of July 2025. So, got new facility for Unusual Machines to bring in and ship domestic parts. So, be interesting to see where that goes.
Yes, we've talked about the big missing piece is the video, and so great that they we knew that manufacturing motors was possible, but it was capital intensive, and it's depending on the process in the company. It's also a matter of how much time and human labor is required on a motor, and so to get to competitive pricing with what China is delivering is a tall order. So we'll be watching the price points, the list prices that Unusual Machines is able to deliver, and that's assuming, and hopefully it is the case, that they'll deliver through Rotor Riot to recreational, in addition to the government and military contracts that they have.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Next up, we got article from Drone Excel, flying a drone with his mind. Alex Conley's Neuralink implant. So Alex Conley just did something that most of us have dreamed of. He flew an RC airplane with just his thoughts. And the best parts is that he not just flew it, he also wrote the code for their Arduino to control the plane. All this from his electric chair. This is the gentleman here. He's not your typical drone pilot. Alex, who suffers from a cervical spinal cord injury, was the second person to receive a Neuralink brain implant and the first one to play Counter-Strike 2, but also flying a RC plane. It says here, I used Neuralink to write the code for an Arduino to allow me to control an RC plane with a quad stick. The possibilities are truly endless. Thank you, Elon, and the entire team at Neuralink. I'm honored to be part of such a great program. So, since receiving the implant in July of this year, Alex has been working closely with the Neuralink and the Barrow neurological teams to make all kinds of actions, like using his brain-controlled interface to control a robotic arm for his daily activities. And then says, watching the video of Alex flying his RC plane and having the experience of flying those airplanes, I know that this is far, far away from turning on a DJI Mavic 4 or a Mini 5 Pro. I always say that these are almost self-flying drones. What Alex is doing is not only overcoming every possible circumstances, but also everything he has on hand, or even better, on mind, to make his life easier. It's not an easy task, as he says. I used Neuralink to write the code for Arduino. This allowed me to fly a radio-controlled plane using a quadcopter. Possibilities are truly endless. So pretty kind of cool.
Absolutely. A lot of admiration for someone with that much courage. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
cutting edge technology, certainly lots of physical risks to him. So really a lot of admiration to go do this and not sit back and deal to or play the cards that you've been dealt with, but good for him.
Yeah, this is awesome. I love this kind of stuff. So all right. Next up, we've got Neros. So we talked about Neros, I don't know, 6 months ago or so, ballpark. But Neros is to supply tactical drones for U.S. Army platoons. U.S. Army has designated Neros technology as one of 3 main suppliers for its purpose-built attritable systems program, which provides platoon levels or units with flexible, mission-ready unmanned aerial systems. The California-based company will deliver its flagship Archer drones in 5-inch and 10-inch variants, expanding on an earlier 8-inch model. Archer can carry anti-armor and anti-personnel payloads and reach targets more than 20 kilometers away. Its non-strike variants can carry customizable sensors for surveillance, reconnaissance, and related missions. Alongside the UAS, Neros will supply the military with its proprietary flatbow system, a portable upgrade to the firm's crossbow ground control system designed to operate in electronic interference to provide soldiers with more reliable control over the drones.
There's a non-technical aspect of this that comes out of the name, and the fact that they're characterizing the program as attritable means that the bookkeeping for this will be different, and so there hopefully will be much less paperwork for the troops flying this drone, and they'll be able to consider it a consumable, attritable,
Yep.
and therefore it will gain use and popularity as opposed to the drones that have been the case. That if I crash a drone and I'm a soldier, I have to write it up, I have to account for
Go
it,
find it.
Right. Risk yourself to go find it, reclaim it. And so this is, I would assert, a step absolutely in the right direction. If we're trying to save the soldiers, well, let's follow through with it.
Yeah, for sure. And we did an article a couple months ago about that, where they were trying to reduce that red tape. There's a lot of times where soldiers they are held accountable for every piece of gear that they're issued. And if they lose something, they either have to find it or, they have to write it up or, have to purchase new gear to replace it, all those different kinds of things. And with that kind of mindset, it makes it very difficult for somebody to use the tool for what it's intended for, I guess. So this says, according to Neros, the PBAS selection builds on over 2 years of system development and testing with both Ukrainian and U.S. military partners. The company, founded in 2023, said an immense amount of engineering effort and team dedication went into designing and producing the custom components needed to meet performance requirements and secure its supply chain. Simultaneously with the PBAS milestone, Neros closed a $75 million funding round led by Sequoia Capital, bringing its total capital raised to more than $120 million. The new capital will support expanded production of Archer drones and flatbow control systems, reinforced domestic supply chain free of Chinese-made parts, and advanced research on future autonomous UAS architecture.
For those of you who don't follow venture capitalists, Sequoia is one of the top 1 or 2, 3 in global tech venture capitalists. So if you get a round of funding from Sequoia, that's about a guarantee that you are well funded, and there'd be a reason for that. So that's a huge vote of confidence right there.
Yeah, for sure. So, and for those who don't know, Neros was founded, and his CEO is Soren Monroe Anderson. He's a FPV, came up as an FPV pilot. He was on DRL and has moved into this business venture. So congrats to him. I mean, this is pretty cool. So, all right. Last but not least, we have building smarter, flying farther, how HP's additive manufacturing team is changing the way drones are made. And I'm going to just touch on this. This is kind of it's a little bit of a lengthy article, but HP has a new type of additive manufacturing that they're doing, and they are kind of, I guess the appropriate way is to, they allow you don't have to purchase the equipment. You can send files in securely, and they will print and then reship back out to you. So it's pretty kind of a cool thing. Now you can, I believe you can buy the equipment, but allows for you to innovate without having to incur that financial burden. So, and I just wanted to touch on this because it's pretty neat how it works. And I've gone to HP's website on this. It's a pretty cool system. So, U.S. and its allies race to secure their drone supply chains. A quiet revolution is happening inside HP's additive manufacturing division. At the intersection of digital design, advanced materials, and scalable production, the team and some of their customers are convinced that 3D printing is no longer just a prototyping tool. It's a path to full-scale, flight-ready manufacturing. Gino Ballestieri, global head of unmanned systems for HP Additive Manufacturing, and David Mazzo, aerospace engineering group lead for HP Additive Manufacturing, are part of the dedicated drone team leading that transformation. In an interview with Drone Life, they discussed how additive manufacturing is enabling smarter production, lighter aircraft, and more flexible supply chains, an evolution that could permanently reshape how drones are built and delivered. Most people still associate 3D printing with small, specialized components. HP's additive manufacturing team is proving that the technology can go far beyond that, producing full airframes and long fixed wings ready for flight at industrial scale. HP's technology allows manufacturers to print a large drone system every 12 to 24 hours. For smaller aircraft, such as molded chassis drone components, the throughput is even higher, thousands per day, equating to over 500,000 units annually. The process produces parts faster than traditional methods with a higher precision and less waste because it eliminates the needs for molds or support structures. Engineers can optimize aerodynamic designs directly in the digital model and send them to print without retooling an entire factory. At first, customer leaders and engineers assume wings can't be 3D printed. But we show them what we've done, and when they see it, they realize it's not only possible, it's scalable. One of HP's most significant advantage lies in the materials used in MJF printing. The company's high-performance thermoplastics allow for highly optimized structures that rival the strength of carbon fiber, but weigh less, allowing drone makers to push new limits of endurance and payload. By doing an optimized wing or fuselage design, thanks to HP's MJF capability, the process to process thin walls at high speeds, wings produced with HP technology can be equally functional to carbon fiber, yet 30% lighter. This weight reduction isn't just an engineering statistic. The lighter the airframe gives the UAV systems extra payload or energy capacity, allowing for increased flight range or payload capacity by 10 to 20%. Critical factor for long-distance inspection or critical missions. HP's process also allows for consistent wall thicknesses below 1 millimeter, which are difficult or impossible to reproduce through conventional methods and other additive manufacturing technologies at scale. Each component can be printed with precise internal geometry, such as lattices, critical area reinforcements, skin variable thickness, or wiring cavities that enhance functionality and strength while minimizing weight. The result is a more efficient flying platform that can be produced repeatedly anywhere in the world. So, pretty cool. One of the neat things that they talked about was they gave their engineers a drone and basically said, redesign it better. And it only took them 3 kind of attempts to do it and just a couple of days. So, yeah, it was pretty cool. So,
Hewlett Packard certainly is a formidable competitor. I've competed with Hewlett Packard for decades, and for decades and decades, they are a capable electrical design company, mechanical design, They're logistics experts. They're fulfillment, very, very capable, very deep in radio frequency, shock, temperature, aging of components. So this is not, if you think about it, if your laptop has to bounce off the floor and continue to run, and it's, oh, by the way, it's made out of either aluminum or lightweight, and weight is critically important, and you have to protect the screen, and the keys have to continue working for years, and you think about that HP acquired Compaq Computer, another engineering powerhouse and a marketing powerhouse. So nice to see things like this that HP is doing outside of purely computers and printers.
Yeah, just don't buy their inkjet printers. I think Meat was onto the same sort of thought process when he was commenting. So how do we turn this new field into ink cartridges?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Where it's a where the finance guys have gotten a hold of that, and it's a subscription business as opposed to
Yeah,
a product
that's a good point.
business. Yeah,
What's how
absolutely.
Form Labs, their SLS printers, you have to buy the material through them.
Ugh.
Yes,
But so
yes.
I think, is this still a version of SLS essentially, it looked like? Or
So let's see.
I wonder if it
See
has the
if
same
it-
artifacts as SLS.
Mm. Good
So
question.
it says, by controlling the properties of each individual voxel through agents, HP multi-jet fusion can produce parts that can't be made by other video. Let's see. What we got?
I also wonder what the scalability is like too.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Now, if only you could do something really good like that with actual carbon fiber. Someday. Maybe.
Oh, goodness. Yeah.
They paid a lot
Plastic
for their
worms.
graphics.
Yeah, the graphics. Yeah, a lot of good marketing, right?
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, if you just jumped into the middle of this content, it's like, what are we watching here?
Right.
Bunch of worms.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. So, yeah. Something new, new technology every day, right? So,
And how much does it cost to just get one of those printers?
oh, let's see. We can do metal.
Well, this
3D
is
printing.
sounding like they're billing it as a service, right, Alex? And so they want you to use their system.
Well, it seemed like I guess when I heard that, I thought there was the option where you could buy it or get it as a service.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I heard,
If you roll
heard it,
if you roll in with lots of Benjamins.
I'm just curious how many Benjamins it would take.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. These are all, let's see, search the directory to find partners producing 3D printed polymer parts using HP. So obviously you can buy it because these different companies have them, right?
Yeah.
Very.
Or they released to them.
Yeah, I would imagine. So. I'd have to figure that part out. That'd be definitely, that's an interesting question. So, all right, that's all I've got for tonight, gentlemen. Anything? Let me go ahead and shut this down. Dave, you got anything for us tonight?
Just I'm mentioning that we mentioned in passing that there is a Senate bill that was approved by the House and should go to the president's desk. We'll see if he signs it with respect to opening up the federal government. This is important to us because all FRIA applications, at least certainly the ones I've submitted, have been halted. And while the FAA personnel, those folks who are not deemed essential, have been furloughed. So we would hope that they get back to work. This is a frustrating time for the people at the FAA and it's frustrating, certainly to us, and not so good if you're an air traffic controller either. But we're optimistic that that'll work, that'll get done, and we're also looking to 2026. What should we be doing? And so we thank everyone for membership in FPVFC, and we've got plans for attendance at more events through 26 and activities with the Drone Advisory Council. And so thank you, and we'll be chatting.
Awesome. Alex, what you got tonight? Anything, buddy?
Nothing that I have.
Okay. Rob, you got anything?
Trying to get unmuted there. Yeah, I got a couple of things. So the shutdown obviously has delayed waivers, which is going to lead to a snowball. So I know I've got some stuff pending. So I would anticipate there's going to be a lot of delays as we're playing catch up when they're coming back online. Part two, the 1709 audit for the NDAA stuff. I know Vic pushed out a movie this week. To hopefully to have some influence on getting that audit done. I have not had a chance to watch the video, so I can't speak to anything in it. But it's something that's on the to-do list. I don't know if any of y'all have seen it.
No, not yet. So you're talking about the DJI audit, correct?
Correct. And Auto.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that audit is coming up. I think they have until December 23rd to complete one. Otherwise, DJI faces an automatic ban. So we've talked about that several times, and as of yet, no information coming back on that yet. So,
yeah, outside of that one obscure article from New York that I believe we covered on one of the town halls that Odie and I was maybe going to pick it up, that's still the only inkling of anything that I've seen.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Anything else there, brother?
That's all I got.
All right.
That's all I got.
Sounds good. Dan, what you got for us tonight?
Nothing new from me this week.
All right. All right, guys. Well, that'll wrap us up. And then from, like I said earlier, no town hall in 2 weeks. Our next one will be 4 weeks out, just due to the holidays. And we wish you all the best. Appreciate you guys joining us tonight. We hope your holidays are filled with family and hopefully some fun. Get out and fly. And enjoy the weather. I wish it was a little cooler here in Arizona. It was like
Come up to Alaska.
Yeah, that might be a little too cool.
It's only below zero.
Yeah, you guys. And I think it was like in the high 80s today. So, but yeah. Hopefully, with the better weather, everybody is out and enjoying it. I know for almost everybody else, summer is the better weather, but get out and enjoy it. Spend some time outside. But with that, guys, we'll leave you. Thank you again for being here. Thank you for being members. If you are, consider doing it if you're not. And hopefully, we'll see you at one of these events this next year. And again, we'll see you in December. Have a great night, everybody.
So high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.